All right, let's talk about Claude AI. Today, we're going to dive deep into how you can really master this thing. And I don't mean just using it as another tool. I'm talking about turning it into a genuine intelligent partner that can seriously level up your work.
Okay, you know the feeling, right? You're staring at a blank page, you've got this huge project in front of you, and nothing. You're just stuck. Well, that's exactly what we're tackling today. We're going to see how a new kind of collaborator can help you smash right through that wall.
So let's introduce Claude. Now, the word to really focus on here isn't tool or assistant, it's collaborator. This is key. The whole point isn't for it to do your thinking for you. Nope. It's to amplify your thinking, to work right alongside you and just boost what you can already do.
So, here's the game plan for this explainer. First, we'll get into the right mindset. Then we'll cover the art of the prompt, why context is everything, how to choose the right model, and finally, how to tie it all together into a real power partnership. Let's get into it. All right, first up, your new AI collaborator. This is really about getting your head in the right space, Shifting from thinking of it as just software to seeing it as a real partner. That's how we go from that blank page to a real breakthrough.
So the big question, how do you even talk to an AI like this? Well, it's actually way simpler than you probably think. You can forget all those clunky robotic commands. The best way? Just talk to it like you would a coworker. Seriously. Be natural, be clear, keep it conversational. Think of it less like giving an order and more like starting a conversation.
And that idea of conversation leads us perfectly into our next section, the art of the prompt. Honestly, this is probably the most important skill you can have with any AI. If you want great results, you've got to know how to ask for them.
Okay, and what I love about this is that it just completely demystifies how to write a good prompt. It's not some kind of dark art, it's a formula. And it's a simple one. Step 1, set the stage. Tell Claude who you are and what your goal is. Step 2, define the task. What exactly do you want it to do? And finally, step 3, specify the rules. Give it the guardrails like the style, the tone, or the format you're looking for.
And here's a perfect example of that formula in action. This is for an investor pitch deck. Boom, that sets the stage. Use current web research, there's your task, and structure it as a professional report with citations, and there are your rules. See how that works? It's simple, it's super clear, and it's just incredibly effective.
Okay, so now you've got the formula for a perfect prompt, but if you really want to unlock Claude's full power, we've got to go one level deeper. We need to talk about context. This is the secret sauce that turns a general-purpose AI into your own personal expert.
Look, a great prompt using that formula, that's a fantastic start. It'll get you some really solid results, for sure. But, and this is the real game changer, when you combine that great prompt with your context, your documents, your data, that's when things go from good to incredible. That's where the breakthroughs happen. It's the magic ingredient.
And adding that context is super easy. You can just upload stuff directly. Got a project brief in a PDF? Upload it. A bunch of data in a CSV file? Upload it. Meeting notes in a doc? Upload it. Claude just absorbs all of it, and instantly it's part of the conversation.
And what's so great about this? It's basically a massive shortcut. Think about it. Instead of writing out pages and pages of background info on your project or your company, you just give it the file. Boom. It's instantly on the same page as you are.
All right, so you know how to talk to Claude. Now let's figure out which Claude you should be talking to. Because just like with any toolbox, you got to pick the right tool for the job if you want the best results.
So you've basically got two main options here. On one side, you have Claude Opus. Think of this as your heavy-duty specialist. You bring this out for the really complex, multi-step stuff like a deep financial analysis. Then you have Claude Sonnet. This is your go-to, your brilliant all-arounder. It's actually the one they recommend as the default because it strikes that perfect balance between being super capable and super efficient for most of the things you'll do day to day.
Okay, let's pull all these threads together. We've talked about the right mindset, how to ask good questions, the importance of context, and picking the right model. When you put all that together, what you get is something really special, the power of partnership.
And this quote just nails it. Claude brings AI intelligence to your work. You bring the context and expertise that makes the work meaningful. See, the AI has the horsepower, the raw intelligence, but you bring the why. You bring the context, the expertise, the thing that actually makes the work matter. It's a real partnership. And it's really important to remember, this isn't just a one-and-done thing. It's more like a relationship that gets better over time. The more you interact with Claude, the better it gets at understanding your specific style, your preferences, what you need. It just keeps getting more and more tailored to you.
So there you have it. You've got all the pieces now. You know the formula for a great prompt, you understand the power of your own context, and you know how to pick the right model for the job. Your intelligent collaborator is ready and waiting. So the only real question left is, what are you going to create together?